May I ask you a question? Is America so awful? Is America so awful that it needs to be destroyed from within? When you wake up every morning and realize that you live in America, are you thankful? When you leave your bed and go to the bathroom, do you appreciate the fact that you can flick on a switch and the light comes on? That you have clean running water in your sink and your shower? That you can flush a toilet which will dispose of your waste and not give it a second thought? How do you think all of this happens? Do you realize that in many places around the world where the share of the wealth and the government types dictate to the private sector, people don't have these basic services at their fingertips? After you finish in the bathroom and get dressed, do you appreciate that your clothes have been washed in a washing machine and then dried in a dryer right in your own home, and yet most of the people of the world don't have clean clothes, and when they clean them in dirty rivers and dirty lakes? Do you appreciate the detergent that cleans the dirt out of your clothes and ever wonder where it comes from? Do you appreciate the fact that you can easily get clothing without having to actually make it yourself? When you're done getting dressed and you head to the kitchen, do you wonder where the milk and the eggs and the bread and the bacon and the cereal and the strawberries and the blueberries, what have you, come from and how they get to your grocery store and then to your table so easily and conveniently? Do you appreciate how easily electricity or natural gas can be used in your kitchen to produce your breakfast and other meals on a stove, in an oven, a microwave, and so forth? Do you think about these inventions? Do you think about how easily you can then clean up, put your dishes in a dishwasher? Where did that come from? All done right in your own home or apartment. When you leave your house, have you ever thought about how remarkable it is to hop into an automobile and drive to any destination you wish without anybody stopping you? Have you ever wondered about all the mechanical and electronic and digital innovations that go into making your automobile so that it can function and be reliable? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever wondered how your tires are manufactured? Where the rubber comes from? Have you thought about how easily you can fill up your automobile with gasoline from any of tens of thousands of gas stations that dot the face of this nation and make travel so convenient? How did that happen? Maybe you go to the doctor. When you go to see a doctor, do you think about all the study and research the doctor has had to experience and all the money he's had to spend to become who he is? Do you think about the source of the medicines he prescribes or the technologies he uses to administer to you? Do you think about how little you actually pay out of your pocket for the service you receive? When you go to the emergency room, do you have any doubt at all that you will be treated by highly qualified professionals, whether you can pay or not, who will use the most advanced technologies and procedures on the face of the earth to diagnose your illness or injury and treat you on the spot? When you go to the drugstore, do you ever wonder how all those medicines were developed? Do you think about the cost involved in figuring out how to combine certain matter with other matter to make life-saving or life-improving drugs, given the infinite possibilities? Do you ever consider all the people, all the tests, all the labs, all the steps involved in that process? You ever look at your iPhone, BlackBerry, or basic cell phone? Do you ever wonder how they came to be and how convenient and important they've become? What about your computer and the software that makes it work? What about the printer that's attached to your computer? What about your televisions and radios, CD players and iPods? Do you ever think how these have made your life more productive or enjoyable? When you return home from work in the evening, maybe you stop by the grocery store. Have you noticed the wide variety of foods and other products available to anyone who walks in the door? Meats, poultry, fish, vegetables, fruit, dairy products, grains, processed food, organic food, frozen food, pet food, light bulbs, cleaning products, on and on. Do you ever think about how all those things were produced and got to those shelves? Have you thought about all the trillions of dollars we Americans have spent? Our own hard-earned money that we have denied our own families so that we can give it to complete strangers who are said to be in need or who are in fact in need. Have you ever thought about all the charity work we do as a people? Have you ever thought about all the great Americans have done for mankind? You ever counted all the wars of liberation we fought, all the blood that's been spilled, but the hundreds of millions of people we've saved from certain death? Have you thought about all the people we've fed and medicated all over the globe? All the people we've rescued from one natural disaster or another? You did these things. You've done these things. You've made all these things possible. So have your parents, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents. This is America. This is a magnificent place. This is a magnificent society where we do care for one another, where we do give in many, many ways that are unsung when we do it, where we've created a complex society, whether we be farmers or truckers or white-collar workers or blue-collar workers, whether we be black or white or yellow or brown or red. We are Americans. This is a magnificent place and a magnificent society. It is, as Ronald Reagan said, the shining city on the hill. And it's done in the context of organized liberty, the civil society, where we have a rule of law that is stable and understood, where we have a justice system. While it is imperfect, it is the most perfect, and we try to make it more perfect. Where we have an economic system that rewards hard and smart work and allows people to obtain property and keep it. Where we have respect for the family. Where we have faith in something greater than man and greater than government. A moral order, a transcendent moral order where we know right from wrong, good from bad, and means from ends. This is a magnificent place. Look around. Look around. Look at all that we have. Look at the liberty that we have. Oh, I know you can't grab it and you can't hold it. It's not actually physically tangible. But look what it's created. A truly stellar society.